JSON diff and patch JD is a command line utility and Go library for diffing and patching JSON and YAML values. It supports a native JD format similar to unified format as well as JSON merge patch RFC 7386 and a subset of JSON patch RFC 6902. Installation. To get the JD command line utility, run brew install JD or run go install github.com/josephburnett latest or visit https:/github.com's josephburnett/ releases the latest and download the pre-built binary for your architecture OS or run in a Docker image JD, docker run jrm-v pwd pwd josephburnett/jjat. To use the JD web UI, visit http://play.jdtool.io or run j-port 880 and visit ap/localhost 8080. Command line usage. Usage JD option, file 1 and file 2, diff and patch JSON files. Prints the diff of file 1 and file 2 to std out. When file 2 is omitted, the second input is read from std in. When patching nan_p, file 1 is a diff. Options, print color diff, .p, apply patch file 1 to file 2 or std in, -shokel file 3, write to file 3 instead of std out. Set treat arrays as sets, -mset treat arrays as multisets, bags. Set keys, keys to identify set objects, YAML, read and write YAML instead of JSON. Port equals n, serve web UI on port n, f equal format, produce diff in format JD, patch, RFC 6902 or merge RFC 7386, train formats translate file 1 between formats. Supported formats are JD, patch, RFC 6902, merge, RFC 7386, JSON and YAML. Formats are provided as a pair separated by 2, e.g. JSON or JD patch. Examples, JDA.json, B.json, cat, B.json, JDA.json, JD.o patch, A.json, B.json, JD patch, A.json, JD-set A.json, BD-f patch, A.json, B.json, JD-f merge, A.j.json. Command line option details set keys. This option determines what keys are used to decide if two objects match. Then the matched objects are compared, which will return a diff if there are differences in the objects themselves, their keys, and/or values. You shouldn't expect this option to mask or ignore non-specified keys. It is not intended as a way to ignore some differences between objects. Library usage note. Import only release commits, v1.yz, because master can be unstable. Import fmtjd github.com/josephburnett/lib. Func example JSON node diff. A equals already equal to dart, read B equals JD, read JSON string, foo base, fm top print a diff B, render, flat patch, output, foo bar ice bar plus baz. Func example JSON node patch, A equals JD, read JSON string, JD diff string, n plus bar plus nb, a dot patch diff, fmt to print, output, foo bar. Diff language, a diff is 0 or more sections. Sections start with the header and the path to a node. A path is a JSON list of 0 or more elements accessing collections. A JSON number element accesses an array. A JSON string element, e.g. foo, accesses an object. An empty JSON object element accesses an array as a set or multiset. After the path is one or more removals or additions, removals first, removals start with, and then the JSON value to be removed. Additions start with plus, and then the JSON value to added, ebn diff equals at, JSON string, JSON number, empty JSON object to n, JSON value n, JSON value n, JSON value n. Examples, movies, Dr. Strangelove, Dr. Evil Love. Movies 67 actors, Peter Sellers, Mike Myers. Title, Austin Powers. Actors, Austin Powers, Mike Myers. At movies 67 tag romance, action, comedy. Cookbook, use git diff to produce a structural diff. Git diff tool -yxjd at foo a JSON at foo bar plus baz. See what changes in a Kubernetes deployment. kubectl get deployment example -oyaml a.yaml. kubectl edit deployment example. Change CPU resource from 100M to 200 m. kubectl get deployment example -oyaml jd.yaml a.yaml output. At metadata that annotations dipl